What's up, guys? Welcome to the late night edition of Rawstocks. This is Rustic, and today we're going to be looking at a Tesla chart. We're going to look at where price came from this week, where price ended today, and where price is likely to head going into tomorrow, which is Friday. So, if we're looking at Tesla's daily chart here, something that we're looking at is the distribution that we ended up catching today. We were looking for that distribution yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday. Wednesday is often a distribution day, but we didn't catch it till today. So typically it's distribution on Wednesday, continuation on Thursday, or reversal on Thursday. And so we did get some distribution starting yesterday, but we had not taken the low of Monday. And so I was looking for either low of Monday or high of Monday to be taken today. We gapped down, we started trading down, we took the low of Monday. That tells me that distribution is going to continue to the downside, and we targeted the gap here inside the daily gaps. I think one of my levels was taken off here, but we have I got the wicks measured off here inside the gap, traded down into it, nearly hit the low of the wick imbalance here. Which is not the full gap. It's just the volume imbalance between where price has not actually traded, or you might call it a liquidity void. Um, Different people call it different things, but I'm just looking at the wicks specifically. Almost got down to the bottom, found some support, rallied back up into the end of the day. But what are we looking for tomorrow? Friday is a reset day. It can go either way. So we will be watching to see if we get continued sell off to the downside, where we're going to take this low here, potentially take the low of this wick over here, and see if we can trade into some of the liquidity that's in this wick down here. We also have a trend line that's heading up, or a support line, bullish support line, right? And so, if we get continuation to the downside, filling the liquidity void, fully filling the gap, taking the low here. A huge sell off would take us down to test the support line. I don't think we quite get that tomorrow, but we'll see. With the holiday, there could be low volume trading, which could be easier to move the market in one direction or the other. Now, I'm going to drop down into the lower chart, and we're going to talk about upside targets too. I don't only want to talk about downside targets because we did catch that distribution to the downside. We got a bearish break of structure here. Again, on our larger time frame, I think we completed a third wave here, headed up into a fourth wave. I think we're going to catch a fifth wave down, whether that truncates here on this support level or whether it actually goes down and takes a new low. That's to be seen. But I do think we're in a fourth wave and or in a fifth wave distribution after a fourth wave completed. And when you look at that fourth wave, we get this double top. We come down, we get a wave one, two back up. Now a three down, one, two, three, right? I think we're going to get a 4, 5. Then we should get a fourth, and then we should get a further distribution into the fifth and final leg, which I think will be the bottom, where we will see a full-on reversal and head much higher up into the 250s. We'll see if that happens, though. It doesn't always play out that way, but that's just the count I have going right now. And again, if we started trading up, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this range right here, where I would think that a or just not a reversal, just a counter trend move would probably take us up into. That's going to be up into like about 215, 213 and a half to 215. I'm short there. I'll run a pretty tight stop loss. Maybe the stop loss up to 217 or 218. If I'm playing next week's contracts, if I'm playing this week's contracts, the stop might be either tighter or just might not exist, just because the contracts are so much cheaper because it's 0 day till expiration. But I am looking to go short in this range, and I am looking for continued distribution to the downside, potentially tomorrow. If we go ahead and drop even into a shorter time frame chart, again, the range that I'm looking for to go short in, if we just tear through that range, which is entirely possible, we're going to be targeting the order blocks up, this order block up here in the 221 to 222 range. I would imagine, again, if we take this range out easily, we'll trade right up in there. We do have a resistance line. We also have equal highs that are sitting up here. So if I blow this up a little bit, you can see it better. But again, also want to show you guys the wave count I have going on with our move here. So 1, 2, right, 3, 4, and I think we're going to get a fifth leg that'll push us down like that. So see if we gap open or trade flat, trade up early into the morning, then I would expect that sell-off to come pretty quickly. But if we start trading down immediately, then that means this distribution leg is not complete, and we could push down however far we push down. Again, targets right here in this liquidity void. Also this target down here, which was a previous low that could hold and offer a potential right shoulder on an inverted head and shoulder look. And then beyond that, we have that support line. Now, if we just start getting up going, we have a 15-minute fair value gap right here. Right, so that'd be the first level to take out would be this fair value gap, 210.63 to 211.86. Next would be my consolidation range right here, where if you pull this back, you also see some additional consolidation happening. So we do see over here, right? Not much here, but now we got this little bit of consolidation there. So I do imagine if we get up into there, we'll see a little bit more consolidation, and then I think we could drop down from that point. So I'll be watching that level pretty carefully. Again, if we tear through that, we're heading up into the order blocks above, fill this liquidity void, fill this gap, and then we're targeting this resistance, this downward resistance trend line, which comes from this low here, this high here. Didn't quite make it on the equal highs, but we know we are going to come back around for those at some point, because equal highs, equal lows, they get broken. And so even though it was a double top in a moment, we know that we're going to come back and take that out. So sorry to make this video pretty short. I know it's late. I just wanted to get one out there so that you guys had an idea of if we move in this direction. Let me draw a couple paths just to make it a little more clear if you didn't quite catch what I'm talking about. Okay, if we start trading up, I expect distribution to the downside. If this is early, especially early in the AM session, right, and we do see some kind of pivot here, I expect continuation to the downside. Okay, and oppositely, if we start taking out this liquidity void or even this level early, then I expect some kind of rally up into the end of day. So those are the two moves that I'm primarily looking for. Obviously, there can be zigging and zagging in there, but that, it's like that's mostly what I'm looking for. If we trade down first, I'm looking for a rally. If we trade up first, I'm looking for a drop. I don't expect we're going to get a face ripper in either direction. We got that today with the distribution, and again, Friday is a reset day. Typically, using quarterly theory, last thing I want to do is I just want to look at a fib retracement from this high to this low. Actually, I want to only look at the weekly. Well, they're equal highs, so it doesn't really matter. But here's Monday's high to today's low. Okay, quarterly theory. If it was a reset day, it would be putting us ending the day up around this 50% or this equilibrium level for the week. Okay, so that's going to be 216. So again, if we get an early sell-off, easy to rebound maybe up to this 215, 216 level. But if we trade up, I'm not sure that the reset's going to happen that way, and I think we might trade down for further distribution, because it doesn't always work perfectly for the weekly. What we could also be looking at is we could be looking at this entire move here, currently at equilibrium. If we traded down and then traded back up to that level, that would also be equilibrium for a reset, just over 2 weeks instead of 1 week. So we'll be seeing kind of where we close, but those are my guesses, either closing around 210 or closing around the 215, 216 level tomorrow. But that doesn't mean there's not going to be price action in there somewhere. So just keep that in mind when you guys take your trades tomorrow. I'll see you in the trading rooms, and good luck on your trades. Don't forget to smash a like, subscribe, and share it to all your friends. Thanks, guys.